In 1983, Car and Driver released its first 10 best automotive list. The Honda Accord was on that first list and has been for 38 years ever since, more than any other vehicle. Come see why the Accord is consistently rated as one of the best vehicles on the road at Team Honda on Siegen Lane.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here. Oh, yeah.
Good.
Deep breath.
Yeah. Good Tuesday morning, folks. We have made it on the other side of that line of storms. Listen, 24 hours ago, we were preparing you for that line of storms to come, and now we're looking back at it.
Kind of a restless night for a lot of folks. I mean, I remember just in my part of the world, you can hear it obviously blowing around and waking you up every 15 minutes, that kind of thing. Branches down over the driveways to get rid of those. Much calmer look right now. Now, I say calm, the storm's out of the way, but it's left behind some gusty wind.
That's it. We're tracking all of that today. In fact, we were watching Callie's live shot. Her hair was blowing. The flags were flapping today. Jeff, wind may be the big story today, and perhaps temperature change too to note?
Yeah, so we're dealing with cooler temperatures today. Breezy conditions, though, going to be the big weather issue that we're going to be monitoring. So we're going to see wind gusts upwards of 30 to 40 miles per hour out there for today. Wind advisory in place across our local area. Could have some sporadic power outages, not just from thunderstorm action, but from the wind itself due to weakened tree branches from all the rain that we had yesterday. So a first alert to what we're tracking next. A couple of things that we got to keep in mind as we move forward. We've got a light freeze in the forecast early tomorrow morning, so take those precautions later tonight. We also have some storms back into our forecast as we look towards the end of the work and school week on Friday. And then we get a shot of bitter cold Arctic air as we look towards the middle of next week, talking about the potential for hard freeze conditions, so the pipes would need to be taken care of, but not until middle of next week. For tonight, take care of people, pets, and plants. We'll cover that in just a second. 41 your average low. For tomorrow morning, we're going to be talking about the freezing mark along and north of the interstate corridor. Areas south of the interstate expected to be a couple of degrees above that freezing mark. But take care of people that don't have reliable heat. At least check in on them. Make sure that they are going to be comfortable tonight. Bring in the outdoor pets. They don't like the cold just as much as we don't. And also cover any sensitive plants, or if they're in pots or hanging baskets, bring them inside or under cover. Duration of this event anywhere from 0 to 6 hours. So not cold enough long enough to cause any issues for the pipes. But as I mentioned, the pipes could be needed to be covered as we go into the middle of next week. So maybe a weekend project for you to find that insulation and have them covered. So exiting storm system number 1, we'll see some high clouds moving in on the backside of this system for today, but it's not going to produce any rain. Then as we go into Wednesday, partly cloudy skies, another nice day, a little bit warmer as well. And then for Thursday, maybe a stray shower or two by the time we get towards the afternoon and evening hours. But the brunt of our next system will be arriving on Friday. And during the morning hours, in fact, you can see showers and thunderstorms, scattered variety for your Friday morning, and then becoming likely as the front approaches for Friday, 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 o'clock. That's when the wave of a line of thunderstorms could be rolling through. So in terms of the Storm Prediction Center, they've got the northern half of our viewing area under a slight risk, the southern half of our viewing area under a marginal risk from late Thursday into early Friday. Damaging wind, the primary concern, but all modes of severe weather will be possible. But it's a temperature roller coaster over the next several days. We've got this big area of low pressure dealing with this cold blast that we've got right now, but that is nowhere near as cold of the air working its way down out of Canada. That is expected to make its way in as we go towards the middle of next week. We're going to be talking about temperatures in the 20s for morning lows Tuesday and Wednesday mornings. So yeah, we've got a lot of weather to deal with over the next 10 days, and we'll of course keep you covered here with WAFB.
Looks like partly cloudy on Sunday with a high of 62. That's the day to go out and check the pipes.
Yes.
Don't wait until it's freezing and your fingers get numb. Hi, everybody. We are back with Traffic Watch and looking good in the immediate Baton Rouge area. Take you right on down toward Denham, coming out of Denham Springs, right past Jubin. Before you get to Pete's Highway, start to see some brake lights. Then very slow right here at O'Neill Lane in Millerville. And then when you make your way to the 1012, that's looking good. I-10 is backed up now from right past the Bluebonnet area to the point of a wreck. It's going to be blocking the far left lane. Actually, they're calling it a stalled vehicle. Far left lane lane is blocked opposite the College Drive exit ramp, so that's going toward the downtown area, and that's the cause of that. And you can see folks right here kind of scooting over, so be kind and let people in this morning. And again, your backup on 12 is not near as bad as 10. 12 just starts to slow down right here at the merge. 10's backed up almost to Bluebonnet. Bridge traffic is looking pretty good. There's your downtown bound traffic from the 1012 to downtown. 7 minutes, normally about 3. Not too bad. Most of that's going to be from the 1012 to College Drive with that wreck. And then there's your bridge traffic. At 7:07, we are on the plus this morning, as we are every weekday morning at 7 o'clock, giving you a recap of what you might have missed on 9 News this morning and some things we're covering and watching for the rest of today in the newsroom. Let's go to Studio B with Matt and Liz.
Johnny, thanks. Yeah, and this will certainly impact people across the country. More grounded flights, not only from Alaska Airlines after the hubbub on Friday,
Right.
United Airlines joining after some inspections as a result of that chaotic mid-flight chaos. This is a key piece of evidence that came off of that flight on Friday. That flight from Portland? Huh? Look, somebody found it in someone's yard.
That's a door. It shouldn't be there. It should be on a plane somewhere.
Yeah.
To your point, that plane in question still grounded there, obviously in Portland, still sitting there surrounded by tape as the investigation continues. But a lot of the planes like it, those MAX planes, grounded across the country as they try to figure out, is this a systemic problem? We need to figure out what's going on here. So that's the forward-moving piece of this story. How long are those planes going to be grounded?
Yeah.
Well, it all depends on what they find with those inspections and how quickly they can get some answers there. But yeah, that door shouldn't be in somebody's front yard.
No, it all centers around some bolts that are supposed to lock in that door to the plane. Yeah, we'll see how this impacts other airlines as we follow this story nationally.
So the story we're following locally here, right? The passing showers, the passing storms, that line of storms, and the power outages. Actually, power knocking out a couple of schools in our area.
In the last 10 minutes, we've learned from the Iberville Parish School District that North Iberville Elementary and high schools, well, they're closed today because there's no power. So heads up, I know we're cutting it close. If you are getting ready, about to head out the door, listen carefully. North Iberville Elementary and High School closed today because of no power.
So that is all related to this, right? All the stuff that blew through here. And when you talk about Iberville Parish, then you get down into Assumption as well.
Sure.
Places like Labadeville and Supreme, Louisiana. We had pictures sent in from there.
Yeah.
Some of the damage that it took on some of the damage as that line moved through last night.
Yeah, and we saw this actually in the afternoon. You can see still daylight when we saw one of the first few rounds making its way through. So this what you're seeing here, that's the Labadeville Volunteer Fire Department.
Crazy.
What you're seeing strewn across it is a mobile home that reportedly got lifted and thrown at it. We were tracking some of the comments there. We're told that no one was injured, thankfully, after all of this, but you can see the contents of someone's life kind of strewn about here.
Yeah, just thrown everywhere.
Yeah, and that's a lot of debris to pick up.
It's a lot. So actually, all these pictures, you can actually send them our way. Please do, if you can, safely through 9 Reports. Submit the photos and the videos. We want to make sure that you are safe when you're doing that. Send in the stories. We can help tell the story. But the story right now does kind of remain the power outages. This is poweroutage.us. More than 21,000 customers in the state.
Across the entire state. So normally we show you Entergy's map, but this is all the power utility companies across the state. Yeah. And you can see right now the hardest hitting parish is Sabine and DeSoto Parish there in western Louisiana. And you can see in our parts of the world, we're still tracking in EBR and Tangipahoa Parish, where you can see we're dealing with right about 1,200 customers. Now earlier this morning, that was about 1,300, 1,500, but it's dropped some.
Almost
Meanwhile
2.
in Tangi, 2,000 customers out there. So we're going to follow this all throughout today to see how it's impacting you, especially as you're waking up trying to figure out not only how to stay warm, but get to where you need to. School, work, life.
I tell you what, somebody, some group, a parish that took advantage of the situation, right? Ascension Parish. They got some stations, some pump stations out there. Well, you need a lot of water going through them to see how they work and what needs to be tweaked and fixed. Well, they used all that rain to their advantage just yesterday.
Tracking some data to make sure that they could actually reduce some of that flooding risk for people in our area. So they're being pretty proactive about this here. Installing that new software, that actually helps them see that data in real time to know, okay, we're seeing this overflow here, we're seeing this overflow at this intersection in this neighborhood. That in turn gives them the ability to dispatch crews to send them out there to say, okay, let's mitigate the flooding here in real time, Matt.
I know, and it's not just, a very quick to point out, this is not just in that moment what we have to see. but it also is a collection, a database that they start to build about what truly are those flood-prone areas, which then helps them for future storms.
Right.
So pretty useful. What a way to use a pretty crazy situation to their advantage.
Love science.
Our I-team following this story. 5 workers burned at a chem plant in Gramercy.
You remember we told you about this? This happened Sunday afternoon. Well, in the last 24 hours, Scotty Hunter and the I-team kind of learning this, that over the last, 12 or so months here?
From mid-22 to mid-23, that's the time frame.
More than 100 violations at that same Atalco aluminum plant there in Gramercy. And so a lot of violations. How does this look on that plant moving forward? What type of violations were these? And how does this move forward, this investigation in relation to that? Take a look at Scotty's investigation and see how this tracks and how we move forward.
I-team obviously will keep you up to date.
Yeah.
Want to let you know, Governor Landry, officially Governor Landry now, right? And already quick to get going on some special sessions.
Yeah, calling an executive order for a number of things, including calling that special session. Begins next Monday, January 15th at 4 p.m. We've talked about this. We knew that redistricting of the maps, the congressional maps, those need to be redrawn, and there's a deadline set by the end of this month.
Exactly. And then that's the first special session. The second one's set to happen on crime. We'll let you know the very latest there. We'll let you know Downtown Development District getting going. That's at 8 o'clock this morning as they talk about all things city parish budget, Mardi Gras, a whole lot more. Also this, you want to go check out Dr. John Fleming?
Yeah, meet the new state treasurer here. He's speaking at the Ronald Reagan Newsmaker Luncheon there at Cafe American at noon today. Check it out if you'd like to hear from him.
This right here is Cali's story this morning. It is quickly going to be tax season. I can't afford it. There's so much going on.
Yeah.
Some tax help.
Americans spend nearly $11 billion in tax prep
number.
software. So if you are struggling to make ends meet right now, that's a lot of families. Don't be embarrassed. Look, that is a lot of people. So Capital Area United Way, the VITA tax prep services, they're bringing it back this year. Callie's got the details for you to apply. And guys, when we talk about making sure people are prepared, we've been watching the roads. Traffic is still backed up. And Jeff, we're watching wind in our part of the world too.
Watching wind? You can see wind?
Yeah, you can.
You can see it.
The colors of it.
I see it from you every morning.
No, that's hot air.
I don't want to know where that wind is coming from.
I'm not coming back to that studio for another 20 minutes. Ooh, I think we'll
but the drive is, we got a few, just normal traffic?
Yeah, normal traffic. We've got a couple of little minor issues, but I think today it's just going to be a little windy day. You'll feel it.
Yeah, 20, 30 mile per hour winds today.
You'll feel that, especially the high profile vehicles.
Yeah, you're right. There you go.
Be careful as you make your way out there. Watch out for any down limbs.
get me
We'll keep our
coffee.
eyes on it too.
See how you can save thousands whether you buy here or sell here at the Team Automotive Group. Sell your vehicle to us and we'll pay you top value, or buy here and get a 90-day warranty on the purchase of a pre-owned vehicle. Get Team VIP service at every location of the Team Automotive Group.